Cleaning is not glamorous, we can all agree on that, but cleaning the toilet has to be among the least glamorous of the cleaning jobs out there. However, there is a right and a wrong way to clean the toilet, and if you do it right, you can clean a toilet beautifully and well in less than 3 minutes. And I want to get you there, because when I started a cleaning company, I needed to learn how to do it quickly and effectively, because in the cleaning business, time is money. And I have to tell you, I perfected it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the right products, tools, and techniques. We are going to focus in on the areas that really need it, and we are going to make sure that we follow everything in a step-by-step order so that you get those great results, and also you remember how to do it time and again, so this becomes autopilot and easy, and you can move on to do way more exciting things. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel, and once you subscribe, turn on that bell so you're always notified when a new video comes out. Give this video a thumbs up if you're in the Clean Clothes Club. I think the biggest misconception about a toilet is that it itself is dirty and bacteria laden, where in my professional cleaning experience, it's actually the area around the toilet that's a lot dirtier. So you can do your regular toilet cleaning stuff for the toilet and then focus on the other areas as well to make sure that the stuff you can and cannot see is cleaned from the toilet. Now, if you feel a little bit grossed out with the idea of cleaning a toilet, the best protection you can offer yourself is a pair of rubber gloves. When I put those on, I feel like a cleaning superhero. I feel like I can touch and tackle anything. I'll break it down into the PTTs, the products, tools, and techniques that you're gonna need to get the job done. First, the products. We'll start with an all-purpose cleaner. Now, if you wanna amp it up a little, you can use a disinfecting cleaner. Just make sure it's not a disinfectant. If it's a disinfectant, you will have to use a cleaner first and your disinfectant second. I am not going to be using a disinfectant today. I'm just going to be using an all-purpose cleaner, one that I've whipped up myself. I've got links for my recipes in the description box down below. Next, you're going to need a good toilet bowl cleaner. Any brand that you like is fine. I always look for a green brand. And if you find that your toilet has a lot of hard water or some particularly difficult stains, you can grab a pumice stone and use that as well. Next, let's talk about the tools that you're going to need. Start with a good pair of rubber gloves. Ideally, you want a pair that you would only use in the bathroom. Go ahead and invest in another pair that you would use in the kitchen. I use paper towel when I clean the toilet. I don't use cloths because I don't want to wash them and think about my cloth that was cleaning the toilet, wiping my counter. Thank you very much. And finally, you'll need a good toilet bowl brush. Start by spraying the toilet from the top to the bottom using your spray of choice. Here I'm using an all-purpose cleaner, but feel free to use a disinfectant cleaner if you like. Now I'm going from the top of the tank to the top of the lid, to the hinges, to the seat, to the base, and everywhere in between. Your idea is to get the toilet pretty soaking wet. You're gonna let that sit for a couple of minutes, and while that's happening, you can take your toilet bowl cleaner of choice and squirt it generously under the rim. Once that's done, I start with paper towel and I wipe from the top to the bottom using the same spray pattern that I used when I was spraying it down, so I'm always working in order. And as the paper towel gets saturated, I just replace it. You want to make sure that you're wiping everything nice and clean, and if you notice that there are some hairs, you can use a bit of a dampened paper towel to get rid of those. Now, any of those difficult areas, you want to spend a couple of extra minutes scrubbing. We take pretty good care of our toilet, so it's in pretty good shape, but obviously if you have a toilet that is in need of a deep clean, you might need to spend a bit more time doing this. The base of the toilet is an area that's often forgotten, as well as the floor surrounding the toilet, so make sure that you give that some TLC too. Now get your toilet brush, get it wet by dipping it into the toilet, and if you like, you can even take your toilet bowl brush and push water down the chute a few times to expose more of the bowl. Then take your brush and start scrubbing around the top of the underside of the rim, and then swirl around until you get to the bottom, scrubbing as you go. Flush, and I always like to twist my brush in the toilet while it is being flushed to give it a little bit of a clean, and then I place it under the lid for a drip dry. There are a few other crappy things you might encounter when you're cleaning your toilet, so I want to just cover these off so that you have these techniques in your back pocket. First, you might notice that the hinges of your toilet seat are particularly dirty. If that's the case, you can use a bathroom designated cleaning toothbrush, spray that hinge area well, and then scrub that area and wipe it clean. I will also mention that I find hair to be rather challenging to deal with around the toilet. So when you're done cleaning, just take a slightly dampened paper towel and kind of do a review of the areas where you might find hair just to remove them. That's kind of the trick. Now, one thing I didn't cover when I was doing my technique, but something I've seen a lot professionally, is sprinkles and splashes around the toilet, whether that's on the base, the floor area around, or on the wall. The best way that you can deal with this is to get yourself a good quality enzyme cleaner. Enzyme cleaners can deal with those odors that urine splashes leave behind. You would want to spray the area, allow the product to sit for about 5 minutes or so, and then wipe the area clean. But most importantly, follow the directions on the label of the enzyme cleaner. It will always tell you exactly how to handle it. But if you notice that there's quite a bit of odor, that is what you would want to do. Now, if your toilet bowl is stained, if you have hard water, or if you're noticing that there are black marks or dots or things like that that you can't quite get rid of, that's where the pumice stone can come in handy. You'll want to dip it into the toilet bowl first. You can use your gloved hand to do this. Pumice stone has to be wet so it doesn't scratch, and then you can use it to start erasing some of those lines or marks that you're noticing that are difficult or challenging. Pumice stones tend to work really, really well. You can flush and rinse. I don't typically recommend using bleach in toilets, but I have known people to say that it works. I also think if you're encountering a specifically difficult issue with a calcium, lime, or rust stain, you can pick up some CLR as long as you are following package instructions and use that. So now you know how to clean the throne and get it ready for royalty, aka your tuchus. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, to you, what's worse, cleaning a toilet or cleaning a fridge? I will say, if we are dealing with an average home, I would rather clean the toilet, quite frankly, because it's going to take way less time than cleaning a fridge. And I'm just trying to be efficient here. But let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. If you like what we do here at Clean My Space, consider becoming a member of the Clean My Space community. If you want to learn how to clean another area of your home that might stink, sinks, you can check out this video right over here. Remember, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.